Oh yes.
Do we know anything else about it? Like, is it co-op or is it
Oh,
like
it's co-op, both online and local.
just because I haven't seen the other, I have not seen any of the presentations through E3 at all.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I work those days. I work every weekend, and so the only day I actually have off is today. And I was like, that's fine because I just wanted to see the Nintendo Direct anyway. So the next topic I wanted to talk about. Um, I remember now. Okay, now I remember. Sorry, I had to look at my talking points. But the other thing I want to talk about is because people are like, oh, it's all these big games, Luigi's Mansion, Link Awakening, etc., Animal Crossing. But I actually wanted to talk about the other little games that might be announced. I was actually thinking the other day, me and Jude were talking about this, how much we really wanted Harvest Moon back.
Oh,
And
yes.
how, like, I want another Harvest Moon game. Because I'm like, I guess Rune Factory 5, that will do, Because I
Oh,
do
yeah.
like Rune Factory, but Harvest Moon had always have, like, a special place in my heart. Because that was one of the first, like, what are the, like, those kind of games called? Like, the farming simulator games.
Oh,
That was my first one, and I loved it. I loved my graphics. I believe, Animal Parade that I played on the Wii.
Oh yes, the Animal Parade.
Yeah, it was so. And Jude played it with played a little bit of it too. She never got to finish it because she doesn't have a Wii. But it's a lot of fun, and I just loved every aspect to it. But I was looking it up the other day, wondering like, why isn't there another Harvest Moon? When is Natsume gonna actually have a good Harvest Moon? And I'm not gonna talk about that Harvest Moon that came out on the Switch months
That
ago.
was, like,
that was garbage.
That was very
Sorry,
garbage.
Natsume, but I don't know if you made that or I don't remember who made it. But either way,
The
it
fences
was
doesn't
terrible.
look like fences.
Yeah, it's just terrible. It was just a terrible
Oof.
game.
I agree. It's like it's been rushly made.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was like rush was like kind word to say it. I really think they just like, you know what, let's do this, and everyone was like, yeah, why not, let's do it, and they just made it. But compared to the other Harvest Moon games, this was a step back for sure.
And comparing it to Stardew Valley right over here, Stardew Valley is actually much more better than the one we actually see on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
Right, way better than that Harvest Moon for sure. But I was actually reading up on an article saying that they might actually be announcing a Harvest Moon game at this Nintendo Direct because it said in the article that Natsume has a surprise Harvest Moon game and more details at E3.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm pretty excited to see. I hope that article was true. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't because the internet, the world of the internet is cruel.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
it's just like
We're hoping this Animal Crossing does not look bad.
oh no, I'm pretty sure it won't because there's one thing that Nintendo can do right is just not disappoint
Yeah.
unless it's like
Unless some trolling stuff
unless
happens.
it's like Paper Mario or something. Oh
Gosh,
my
that
god.
troll.
Oh, speaking of Paper Mario, let's just see if there is actually a Paper Mario we can actually love.
Like I was saying, like Nintendo doesn't really disappoint because why I say that I mean like a lot of people don't ever get disappointed with their games
Oh yeah.
because like yeah, there's some people who are like, oh, I'm so disappointed, but there will always be that side that likes the game, right? There's always two sides. And for Sony and for Ubisoft, they're always like they have most of their games, or not most, some of their games that are not good. A lot of people are just like, no, it's not good, and they get refunds or whatever.
Mhm.
But Nintendo, like, I don't understand what's going on with this whole Paper Mario thing or this Paper Mario phase. I'm not understanding, but you know what we want. You know what we want. I honestly cannot believe that you're not gonna give it to us. People are saying that maybe there'll be a Paper Mario in this direct. I actually have no clue. If there is, please be a port of Thousand Year Door. And I do want a port of Wind Waker, by the way. Nintendo, that's my wish list. Anyway, but yeah, like if they're gonna make a Paper Mario, just port one. Because right now your Paper Marios have not been the greatest. Except the last one was way better than Sticker Star.
Oh yeah, I have to agree.
Mm-hmm.
And the next topic right over here is The Legend of Zelda's Link's Awakening. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, I actually played that game before, and it was actually kind of weird seeing it in a claymation form. And to be honest, onto most people right over here, I kind of like it. But what do you think in an art style?
I love the art style just because it reminds me a lot of Wind Waker.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved Wind Waker. Wind Waker was my first 3D type game because the game before that I played was Link to the Past. So when I first played Wind Waker, yeah, I loved it. I loved the graphics. I loved everything about it. And I can see why people don't like it because they're like, oh, it's childish, it's cutesy. Not a huge fan of it. And that's the same thing that happened with Wind Waker. A lot of people didn't like it, but when you played it, you just fell in love with it.
True.
Oh, yeah.
And love.
True. But there are actually some people that actually just don't like it, and that's actually their opinion, and it's not our job for them to
And the
just
thing
simply
is,
change
they
it.
don't have to like the art style, but the game is going to be great.
Yeah, the gameplay is gonna be.
But
really
like,
amazing.
but like I tell you guys, like every time, like there's 3 things that you need from every game: graphics, gameplay, and story.
Oh,
Like
yes.
you have to have all 3 of those to have a good game, like a
Indeed.
great game.
And believe it or not, I actually just like the story right over there. It was just fascinating onto what I actually played and how I actually managed to get through it. Because when I actually played it back onto the actual Game Boy right over there, I actually just wanted to play it so much, but I actually had some times of struggle right over there. And even my brother was actually struggling with this one too. But I finally managed to pass this one onto the 3DS when it's released.
Maybe this will be the first. No, never mind. I was gonna say maybe this will be the first Zelda game I pass, and I was like, oh wait, no, I passed Breath of the Wild. Never mind.
But you haven't passed.
I haven't passed Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, Link to the Past, which is hilarious because that was my first game. I got to the end. And I was like, forget you, turtle! I'm not fighting you! And so I stopped. I was a kid. I was like 7 when I was playing that game. But, like, I really haven't passed any Zelda game except Breath of the Wild. Ooh. Oh, I got blurry. I was like, what? What's going on? Is it starting? No. Okay. I got excited there.
TV must have been-
Anyway, makes me wonder why you don't want to pass.
I don't like endings, okay? I don't like when they end. It makes me sad, and I hate being sad.
Just think of a happy ending.
It is always a happy ending.
But why
It just
are you
makes
so
me
sad?
sad. It makes me sad.
Oh, we know it.
Yeah. How long do we have left?
6 minutes. But
Oh,
Okay.
cool. All right. So real quick before we leave, because I want to talk a little bit more about Animal Crossing and how excited I am about it. But if it doesn't get delayed, I'm hoping the game comes out in August. I know that's a far-fetched, huge idea, because if it comes out in August, we can enjoy all of the the time, the holidays. We can enjoy Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving before the holidays and stuff. Because I think if we get it in December, it would be really weird. But that's fine too, because then we have the whole next year to do it.
Oh,
So
yes.
if I do get it, I want it after Christmas, not before.
Right.
That's all I was saying.
Oh, one more thing before we actually begin. I actually just I just hope we would actually see what Super Smash Brothers DLC will actually see, because I do actually wonder if it's going to be male or female and someone we actually know.
I
or
want
some-
Chun-Li.
But I do wonder if it's going to be obscure characters like we actually see with Piranha Plant and Ice Climbers, or actually
Obscure?
Smash. I heard like a lot of people are like asking for a Halo character, Master Chief, and Arbiter.
Yeah, I've been hearing that too. That they want
Yeah.
people from
But
Halo.
I want to see it to believe it.
But we actually need to see if it's plausible. I mean, Microsoft actually needs to let Bungie Studios produce.
Anything is possible, especially when I saw the Piranha Plant.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. I really think because Microsoft and Nintendo, right? It's not. It's Microsoft and Nintendo. They're becoming really buddy. So I'm really thinking that would not be so far fetched of an idea to have Halo Master Chief or whatever. I really want Chun-Li, but it seems more and more not likely.
Yeah.
It seems more likely Banjo-Kazooie. I think Sora was another one. Some dude from Dragon Quest. And then I forget the other guy.
I actually just wanted to see if Lloyd could actually come into Super Smash Brothers, because we've been requesting him back since Brawl or the Wii U days. I
Who's
think.
Lloyd?
Lloyd Irving from Tales of Symphonia. That's always been my favorite Tales of games.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I have never played any of those games. Yeah,
Me either.
oh, I could see that happening too. But yeah, so it could be any of those people. But I feel like it's more likely going to be the Dragon Quest guy. Or whoever it was, because if it was them, then because Dragon Quest is not huge here in the United States.
Well,
so
it wasn't that huge, but I did actually play Dragon Quest 9 on the 3DS.
Yeah,
DS.
so if they bring this Dragon Quest character, then it's just gonna explode like Fire Emblem did. Because like when they brought the Fire Emblem characters, let's be honest, everyone in this room except Crash had no idea who they were. I remember when I was playing, what was it, Brawl? And I was like, who the heck are these beautiful people?
Don't you mean Melee? Because
was it Melee? I don't remember.
Because Marth and Roy actually came into the game.
In Melee. Okay, I didn't want to be wrong, because I didn't remember, to be honest. Melee, and how beautiful they were. And I was like, who are these beautiful biatches? But then I find out later that they were a Japanese game. Then I found out later that they became hugely popular here, and then now I want to start playing them. And I was like, darn you, Brawl! I mean, Melee.
Still.
Smash!
Still,
You get hooked.
you'll actually love Awakening. I think you'll actually love the story of how
I
deep
think
it
I will
is.
too, just because I really like the art style. And to be honest, that's literally the reason I'm buying the game.
and not to mention, a Fire Emblem Three Houses is just around the corner.
Oh, I'm pretty excited for that game. Like, I can't wait to see. The gameplay is going to be different for me, just because I'm not used to this kind of gameplay from Fire Emblem, or playing Fire Emblem. I've never played a Fire Emblem game before.
Oh, don't worry. I'll actually teach you the basics on what to do and which enemies you want to befriend too, because the recruitment system is kind of interesting.
Oh, fascinating. Yeah, I'm wondering, I wouldn't be surprised if they put that Fire Emblem character, even though the game hasn't come out, and they're like, oh, this Fire Emblem character is going to be in the game. And they were like, what? The game hasn't even come out. Well, Nintendo, you're no surprise. Yeah. We know you.
That's actually one of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we're about 2 minutes behind, and hopefully we'll actually see it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! I've been waiting so long. I just want Animal Crossing. People were talking about when they think Animal Crossing will be shown. I really think it'll be shown in the middle of the direct, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was shown at the beginning. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it was shown at the end, because Nintendo likes to play with our hearts.
Yep.
And also, feelings. Let's see, we're going to be talking about Luigi's Mansion 3, and including on, we actually see the new Poltergust over onto Smash, and it was kind of interesting seeing that game seeing that Poltergust over onto Smash Ultimate right over there, and including how it actually uses the plunger for to grab enemies. But when we actually see the plunger right over there, including how we actually see it over onto Luigi's Mansion 3, that actually shows that Sakurai actually seen Luigi's Mansion 3.
So I actually haven't played the Luigi Mansion games. I have them for my 3DS. I'm sorry, I have not gotten to them. But I was told that the first game was so much better than the second game. That the second game was just so disappointing that they're hoping that the third game will resemble more like the first game.
Yeah, and I also have little issues onto the second game as well, because it's actually more mission based instead of exploring the entire mansion.
I'm wondering if I should just play the second game first. So when I play the first game, I won't be super disappointed.
Whatever works for you.
Oh,
Whatever floats your boat.
But still, it's
it's coming.
Sorry.
Hey!
9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
1! Yay!
Yay!